Reading Freedom, Chapter 3. Charlotte, you look nervous as a cat, said Hayward. Charlotte looked around to see if anyone was watching. She took the bundle he was holding and shuffled in the wood box behind the kitchen. It's all here, Charlotte. Everything you asked for, the overalls, the cap, the boots, everything. Please be careful, Charlotte. Thanks, Hay. I don't know what I'd done without you. Hayward was ready to leave. His new family was waiting around front. Charlotte, Charlotte tries to look at him, but she couldn't. She looked at the ground. Charlotte, how I will know where to find you? I know where you'll be. I know where you'll be, she said. I'll find you again, I promise. Anyway, I've got something for you to remember me. Charlotte took a narrow piece of leather out of their apron pocket. But that's your bracelet, said Hayward. No, I cut it in two long ways. See? Charlotte held up her wrist. The leather, what they had worn since she was a baby, was half as wide. She tied the other half around Hayward's wrist. He was quiet and his eyes were wet. He put his arm around her and buried his head against her apron. Charlotte held him and ruffled his hair. She felt sick inside, like he'd swallowed something spoiled. Now get along. They'll be looking for you. Hayward straightened up. Muddy sticks ran down his face. Goodbye, Charlotte, he said, walking backward, still looking at her. Goodbye, Hay. I'll find you. We're gonna have a ranch, remember? With a big old sign that said private property, remember? Unfolds every spring. She couldn't finish. She choked on the tears and they spilled down her cheeks. She tries to stop, but she couldn't. They just flowed river down her face until she could see him anymore. Charlotte sat behind the wood box for nearly an hour. She felt achy and empty, silent tears spent. She looked out over the pastures and wondered where she'd be tomorrow. I will be easy to stay here and just go out her business. At least she know where she'd been sleeping every night. She'd have regular meals, but she wouldn't have the ties she loved. What did Bern always say? That's the easy way ain't always going to get you anywhere. Mr. Boyle's voice started here. Charlotte, do I have to come out there and get the wood myself? You're, you're good for nothing, and slow as molasses. Charlotte jumped up and got the wood and carried it into the kitchen. She didn't want Mr. Boyle getting her dander up and poking her nose in the wood box. Not today. When Charlotte walked back into the kitchen and saw the piles of potatoes waiting for her, she realized that nervous as she was about running away, she was more afraid to stay. Something bigger than peeling potatoes was nagging at her on the inside. But she still needed help to make her plan work. And there was only the person left who she considered her friend. Bern always ate dinner in the kitchen, so afterward when she came out of the kitchen steps, Charlotte was waiting. Well, Mr. Charlotte, I already been a missing you and those horses already missing you too. Charlotte put her fingers into her lips and waved Bern away from the back steps. When they were safely out of Mr. Boyle's earshot, Charlotte looked at him and gave her courage. Bern, where you where would somebody pick up a stranger around here? A stage? Well, the southbound picks up in the Concord every Tuesday and Saturday morning. So there's one coming tomorrow. You remember Concord? You rode over there with me to pick up some feed. That's about all I know. Why? What are you up to? How much does it cost? Asked Charlotte. Bern studied here. Bern studied her. Well, it costs some dollars to get a body to the next stop, but that ain't very far. You got money for a stage ride, Mr. Charlotte? Bern, you know I ain't got no money, but I go to live. I ain't go not good because to stay here. The only reason they keep me is to take Mr. Boyle's place in the kitchen. Worried for us, furrows crickled up Bern's forehead. Running away is a mighty dangerous thing to do, said Bern. You ran away once, said Charlotte. Bern tilted his hat back on his hair and looked at her. Yes, I did. I never knew my mama or my papa just like you. I ran from the south to the north and I left behind was being somebody's slave, but when I ran I had folks that helped me and hide me. You're a girl. That's different, said Bern. It ain't that different, said Charlotte. Bern looked at her, then towards the kitchen. Well, maybe you're right. If anybody will wither and died in a kitchen, it's you. It's you, he said. She straightened her shoulders and looked at him directly. I'm going, Bert. She looked his head, then lowered his voice to a whisper. Miss Charlotte, anybody know your intentions? No, I'm right. Almighty. You keep it that way. Bern looked around to see if anyone could hear. Now, you gotta make it look like lots of things could happen to you folks won't know which way you went. And you need to look different. I already got that figured out. I just bet of you, said Bert. I need a pair of scissors tonight, said Charlotte, and some money off our stage. I could pay you back. Not right, but now the line. I don't know what you have in mind, Mr. Charlotte, and it's better I don't, because Mr. Milkshark, he'll be asking me about your first thing.